Hi Cliff fans, and welcome to another one of my 5-minute Cliff album reviews. And today I'm going to review Cliff's 1983 album, Dress for the Occasion. This album got to number 7 in the British album charts in May 1983. And it's just an absolutely fantastic album. I have great memories of this album because I had it on cassette when I was really young, and I absolutely loved it even back then. I absolutely still love every single song on this album. This is the remastered version, which includes a couple of songs that weren't on the original album in 1983. But it got re-released and remastered in 2004, and included a couple of more tracks from that very same live show. And yeah, the whole album is recorded with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra in the Royal Albert Hall. And Cliff sounds, I think, probably the best he's ever sounded. I know I've said that before, but Cliff always sounds in perfect voice, but I really don't think he sounded any better than he has on this album. It's absolutely fantastic. His voice is incredible. So I'll go through some of the songs. Just before I go through some of the songs, when I actually had this album when I was younger, I actually listened to it on cassette, and I pictured Cliff wearing this suit here, singing the songs, the in the Royal Albert Hall, and I pictured him in the round and singing all these songs wearing this suit. But when YouTube finally came out, I think YouTube started in around 2008, 2009. Around that time, the full concert was put onto YouTube by a fan, I think. It's since gone. But I remember watching the whole concert, and the first thing that really surprised me was Cliff isn't even wearing a suit in this concert. He's wearing like a cowboy shirt that even Garth Brooks would be well proud of. But anyway, yeah, just something I noticed that I really thought he was actually wearing the suit for the whole concert. So I had a whole different image when I used to listen to this album years ago. Anyway, I'll go through some of the songs. I'll go through the songs that's on the remastered 2004 version. Um, anyway, the album opens with Green Light, an absolutely fantastic opening to the show with the orchestra coming in, and then Cliff's voice sounding, as I say, absolutely incredible. An absolutely fantastic version of Green Light. Follows We Don't Talk Anymore, Cliff's biggest single of all time, and yeah, it sounds fantastic with the orchestra. Follows Cliff's beautiful version of True Love Ways, which he released as a single in April 1983, and it got to number 8 in the British singles charts, and it's just an absolutely fantastic version of True Love Ways. I actually think I prefer it to the original Buddy Holly version. I love Cliff's version of True Love Ways. Follows one of my favourite songs on this album, Softly As I Leave You. What a beautiful song. I love the original by Matt Monro, and I believe Cliff has said this in interviews since that Matt Monro passed away. I think he passed away in 1987. Before he passed away, he actually heard Cliff's version on this album, and he told Cliff that it was his second favorite version of the song. That he's ever heard. Cliff was absolutely delighted to get that tribute from Matt Monro. Absolutely fantastic. Follows one of Cliff's biggest hits, and one of my favorites, Carrie. Absolutely fantastic, and sounds fantastic with the orchestra. Follows Treasure of Love, and I remember it doesn't have it on this CD, but I remember when I watched the YouTube video of the full concert, Cliff introduces this song Treasure of Love as a Clyde McPhatter song that he actually pre-ordered in a music store, and he had to wait a couple of weeks for the single to be released, but he actually had it pre-ordered. So it's just great to think that Cliff is such a big music fan as well. He buys records as well. Even back then, he was buying records as a kid, and he was fans of people as well. Anyway, follows one of the tracks that wasn't on the this original album, the one that was released in '83, but it was on the 2004 remastered. The Golden Days Are Over, and it's a song that he later put on to the the Silver album. And yeah, it's just an absolute fantastic song written by Terry Britton. Follows Gadriel, which is a song written by Hank Marvin and John Farrar, and they recorded this. I think as I don't know whether they recorded it as Hank Marvin and John Farrar or Marvin Welch and Farrar, but they did record this in the early 70s, and this Cliff's version is absolutely beautiful as well. And it was actually on the B side. This version was the B side of True Love Ways, the single that was released. Follows another song that wasn't on the original album, You, Me and Jesus, which is a song written by Cliff and is sung with the acoustic guitar. It's the only one that's doesn't feature the orchestra. But Cliff sounds absolutely fantastic. Follows Maybe Someday, beautiful song. Follows probably Cliff's best known love song, Miss You Nights. Absolutely one of my favorite versions of Miss You Nights is on this album. I absolutely love this version. Follows Thief in the Night, which as many people know, features a guitar solo by John Clark. Well, it doesn't feature the guitar solo on this, but it features a solo by the orchestra, which sounds absolutely amazing. Absolutely love Thief in the Night. Follows Up in the World, which was written by Clifford T. Ward. Absolutely beautiful song, which was on the Every Face Tells a Story album, and this is a beautiful live version. Follows another highlight of this album for me, this remastered version, because this wasn't on the original, but it's a beautiful version of Chris Eaton's Discovering, which previously was on the Now You See Me Now You Don't album in 1982. Follows a fantastic orchestra Cliff version of Devil Woman. Absolutely love it. Follows I think my favourite version of Daddy's Home. I absolutely love this version of Daddy's Home. I prefer this version to the single released. I love the single that Cliff released, Daddy's Home, but I love this version. And the album closes with Little Town, Cliff's a big Christmas song from the year before, which Cliff said he wishes was a bigger hit. He's always said that it's his favourite Christmas song that he's ever recorded. He absolutely loves it. So overall, no surprise, I'm going to give this album 10 out of 10 because I absolutely love this album. I just listened to it earlier on the way to work and the way home from work. Absolutely love this album, and I really hope it gets put back up onto YouTube, the whole concert, because it's absolutely fantastic to watch. As I say, Cliff isn't wearing this suit, he's wearing like a cowboy shirt, and it's actually there's a photograph still used for the shooting from the Heart single. The cover of that single has Cliff of what he actually wears during this concert. But he used this information just for fans. Anyway, I'd love to get your thoughts in the section below on how you rate this album, what's your favorite songs. Dressed for the Occasion, Cliff.